For this presentation, we were asked to explore the dark side of the internet. My presentation is on hacking. What exactly is hacking and who does it? Hacking is considered to be an attempt to exploit a computer system or a private network inside of a computer. Hackers are people who are engaging in a criminal act by using computers to gain unauthorized access to data and information. So we are going to explore why hackers do what they do. Hackers are usually motivated for a multitude of reasons. I've listed some of the reasons here below, such as profit, protest, information gathering, to just simply have a challenge, and for recreational purposes. Did you know that there were different types of hackers? According to economictimes.com, there are 3 types of hackers. These hackers are called white hats, black hats, and gray hats. For white hat hackers, they are also known as ethical hackers. They are hackers who are working from the inside of a company with the company's full knowledge and permission, who hack into the company networks to find flaws and present their reports to the company. With black hat hackers, these type of hackers hack to take control over the system for personal gain. They can actually destroy, steal, or even prevent authorized users from accessing the system. They do this by finding loopholes and weaknesses in the system. Some computer experts actually call them crackers instead of hackers. And a gray hat hacker consists of curious people who have enough computer language skills to allow them to hack a system in order to uncover potential loopholes in a network security system. What's a good hacker versus what's a bad hacker? To start, hacking is a felony in the US as well as in most other countries. And as we discussed on the previous slide, hacking is only permitted when it is done under contract and between an ethical hacker and by the request from an organization, which, as I discussed, is called a white hat hacker. An example of this type of hacker could be a US government hacker, so someone who works for the US government who is paid to professionally hack or to protect the system of the US government. Hacking can have many effects on a person. Hacking affects our privacy, potential identity theft, data loss, and financial loss. There can be great threat if your computer or mobile devices are hacked into. So here I'm going to discuss ways to protect against hackers. First, updating your OS and other software frequently, if not automatically. This keeps hackers from accessing your computer through vulnerabilities and outdated programs. For extra protection, enable Microsoft product updates so that the Office suite will be updated at the same time. Next, downloading up-to-date security programs. This would include antivirus and malware software, anti-spyware, and a good firewall. Next, do not use open Wi-Fi. This makes it way too easy for hackers to steal your connection and download illegal files. Protect your Wi-Fi with an encrypted password and consider refreshing your equipment every few years. And speaking of passwords, you want to password protect all of your devices. And when you're choosing a password, it's very important to create difficult passwords and then change them frequently. This can help in protecting your devices. Next, you want to try to use a two-factor authentication. And what that is a two-step verification. It's an extra layer of security that requires not only a password and a username, but also something that only that user has on them. An example of this is a piece of information that only you should know. Or if you're on your computer device and you have a second verification code sent to your mobile phone that you have on you right then and there, and you're able to enter that code. This makes it harder for potential intruders to gain access and to steal that person's personal data and identity. Next, it is very important to practice smart web surfing and emailing. You also never want to open attachments in your emails unless you're absolutely sure. If you get email from spam or someone that you're just not sure of, it's very important to not open those attachments because they could be viruses or hackers trying to hack into your system. Another important factor in order to protect against hackers is not link accounts. This means if you want to comment, like an example, if you want to comment on an article and you're prompted to sign in with Twitter or Facebook, do not go behind the door. Convenience always lessens your security. And last, keep sensitive data off of the cloud. A VPN is a virtual private network, and having a VPN is something that could also be very beneficial in trying to avoid being hacked or a hacker getting in and getting your information. So first, a VPN is a service that you sign up for online, and it's a small monthly charge. What a VPN does is it creates a virtual encrypted tunnel between you and a remote server operated by a VPN service. All external internet traffic is routed through this tunnel so that your data is secure from prying eyes. The key to a VPN is that it lends you a temporary IP address and it hides your true IP address from every website or email that you connect to. To understand the value of a VPN, it helps to think of some specific scenarios in which a VPN might be used. So consider the public Wi-Fi network. Perhaps you're at Starbucks or any local coffee shop, airport, etc. Normally, you might connect without a second thought. But do you know who is watching the traffic on that network? Can you even be sure that the Wi-Fi network is legit, or might it be operated by a thief who's after your personal data? Think about the passwords, banking data, credit card numbers, and just private information that you transmit every time you go online. If you connect to that same public Wi-Fi network using a VPN, you can rest assured that no one on that network will be able to intercept your data. No other users snooping around for would-be victims, nor even the operators of the network itself. The last point is particularly important, and everyone should keep in mind that it's very difficult to tell whether or not a Wi-Fi network is what it appears to be. Today, most of us have multiple devices that connect to the web that are vastly more powerful than the top computers of our early days. This means that unfortunately, it's up to us as individuals to protect ourselves. Antivirus apps and password managers will go a long way in towards keeping us safer, but using a VPN is actually uniquely a powerful tool that you should definitely have in your toolkit. So I've discussed ways that you can protect yourself against hackers, and having a good antivirus or firewall was one of the items that I had listed. So in this screen, we're going to just talk about a few of the best firewall software that is out there. So I've listed on the left different softwares for the home, as well as on the right hand side, different softwares that you can get for either your mobile device or your computer. And I'm just going to name these off. For the home: Bitdefender, Cujo, Norton, Avira. And then for the mobile device and computer, the Intego, Kaspersky, McAfee. And these were all listed as the top firewalls that one should get in order to help try and protect themselves. I've been hacked. Now what do I do? If you've been hacked, the first thing that you should do is reset all of your passwords, starting with your email account, followed by your financial and other critical accounts. And usually the reason to start with your email account is because The financial and critical accounts usually will send a confirmation to your email, so you want to have that set up first. Also, report the issue to the site. Next, you should run a scan of your computer or your mobile device using a trusted and an up-to-date antivirus program. And in case of identity theft, check your credit report with all 3 bureaus and file an initial fraud alert, as well as you should contact the local police to file a report. In the case of an identity theft, you should request new cards from your bank as well as any other credit card companies. So let's summarize. We've gone over a lot of crucial information that one would need to know on what hackers are, what hackers do, and what precautionary steps we could take in order to avoid being hacked. So here are a few good tips to note. Again, don't open any suspicious emails. Secure your home network, especially if you use Wi-Fi. Use a VPN when you take your laptop to a coffee house, airport, or hotel. Also, be careful when you're online. Avoid websites that you're not familiar with. And always try to keep your antivirus software up to date. Here is a list of references that I used in order to gather information for this presentation.